Hello, Tom. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing excellent. How are you doing?
I'm all good, mate. All good. Better to see you.
Are you not going to address the elephant in the room?
What's that?
Look at this.
Your nice little,
Look at these
nice little
colours.
shirt.
It's clothing. That's loungewear. These are pajamas. These are
Oh,
pajamas, bro. This is the end of my day. I've done 2 training sessions, and this is where my day. This is chilling time now. 8:15 or whatever time it is. I'm chilling.
I'm not going to complain, mate. It looks pretty smart for your pajamas.
Yeah, it is. But look at the state of this t-shirt. Look, this is like pulled forward. Look, when I pull it forward, it's all ripped, and I've got a cleavage going there. But yeah, just for the camera, just pull it back a little bit like that.
Yeah,
So it doesn't look too bad. But yeah,
no, you got to get the
it's all
tattoos
right.
out.
Good. I got a Christmas present. Christmas present. But look, I got them long gowns, bro. Everything I wear is like way too small on the hands. So yeah, it looks good from this angle. Looks good from that angle that I'm on. I think
It definitely looks alright from there, but if you stand up, you'll be probably naked underneath.
I know I've got pants. Look, matching pants. Hold on.
Oh yeah, full set. Look.
Not messing about. Not messing around here. Got a full set going.
That's it. You must have made it now, doing interviews in your pajamas.
I was always that guy. I've always been that guy. I'll rock up to. I'll rock down the shops with the pajamas on me. Not bothered. Not asked. I'll pop out to the shops, get a bottle of wine with the pajamas, but loaf of bread or whatever. Don't bother me. That not asked.
Not going to complain at that. If you're doing that, then you know you're special.
Yeah, I've always been that way. I've not really. I'm never that bothered about really what people. It's not my scene, image, and all that. I just crack on. I'll wear a mask. I'll go in with the pajamas and a mask. I'm not that bothered.
You ain't got a matching mask for your pajamas as well, have you?
No, I'm not. People have got like trendy masks on. I'm not on trend with the masks. I'm not bothered. I'll just throw one on if I have to. Yeah, I'll just throw one if I have to, and I'll just bang it on. What about you? Have you got one of the trendy ones?
I've got a few. I won't lie. I got a couple for Christmas, like Boohoo Man mask and stuff like that. I'm not one to go out and buy it myself, but
that's a bold move, having a Boohoo Man mask, isn't it? Have you got some designer shit on there?
All it says is just man with a line through it.
I've seen a couple of UFC ones. I won't mind the UFC one. Maybe I'll try and pinch one of them next time. Yeah. They're pretty trendy, them, aren't they? Just let everyone know you're a cage fighter. Just at any time, just in case. Look, cage fighter under here, UFC fighter under here. Just be careful. Be careful what you say.
Yeah, watch out. So anyway, you're going to be fighting Andrei Arlovski on February the 20th, which is an amazing fight for you, really, because from looking at your social media and stuff, it's someone that you looked up to for when you was watching fights when you was younger.
Yeah, exciting, isn't it? Exciting times. Let's I've got a bit of hype behind me at the minute. Let's find out if I'm any good or not. That's what I think. I think I'm good, and I just got to show everyone that I'm good. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I've said it on a couple more interviews. I'm cutting down on my interviews these days because I'm in training camp, so cutting down. But I'm sure this is anyone who watches my interviews. If you do, fair play to you, because I am incredibly boring if you watch more than one. But I feel like I said it a few times. I'm bored of saying it already, and I've not even started doing interviews yet. But when I was before he even started fighting, I remember going to watch Terry Ettim, who's been a friend of mine for years and years, and he fought on the Manchester card for his debut, and I had no idea who any of the fighters were basically at the time. And I remember Arlovski standing on the scales, and he had like joggers on, like some baggy joggers on, and this was in the days when he used to wear the fangs and that, and he was ripped. He was like big and ripped. I had no idea who he was at this time. Like I'd not even, maybe I'd just started training or whatever. And I remember he just put his arm up and did that tongue thing that he does, and everyone just went mad. It was absolutely insane. That's one of my earliest memories of MMA, and I thought, you know what, I want to be that guy one day. And now I'm fighting him. So happy days.
Yeah, that is a quite surreal moment then, to be like
Yeah, but
sorry, carry on.
do you know what though? I feel like I know he's beat a few prospects recently. I think they've shown him too much respect. And no, don't get me wrong. I respect him big time, obviously. He's an absolute legend in the game and everything. But when the cage door closes, I don't want to sound like cliche nothing, but he's just another opponent. You know what I mean? He's going to get treated that way. I'm not going to treat him with over respect and anything because who he is. I respect who he is and what he's done and everything. I don't know him as a person, so I can't say anything about that. But yeah, mate, when the fight's on, he's just somebody else that I've got to beat, and that's it. It doesn't really come into play who he is or who he's beaten or who he's fought or any of that stuff. That's all out the window at that point. So I'm going in there trying to take his head off.
Yeah, of course. And it just adds to the fact afterwards, and obviously before, the fact that everything like you said, you've seen him grow, you've watched his career grow from when you was younger and stuff like that. But when you're in the cage, it's just a fight at the end of the day, isn't it? It's just another guy.
Exactly, another guy. He's going to come out swinging, trying to take my head off. I'm going to do the same with him, and let's see what happens. Same as the other fights. You know, he's a guy out there. He's got skills. He's a big guy. I've got skills. I'm a big guy. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, of course. And I bet it's probably a surreal moment for your dad as well, because I know he's grown up watching the combat sports world and boxing, MMA and stuff like that. So it's probably a surreal moment for him that his son's going to be fighting someone that he used to watch on TV.
Yeah, I mean, he's happy with it. We're all happy with it, but I'm going to come and try and take him out, mate. You know what I mean? It's not. I'm not like, oh, Andrei Arlovski. I mean, like I say, it's hard to like explain without sounding like I'm dismissing him, because I have more like so much respect for him and what he's done. But I'm not like, look who I'm fighting. You know what I mean? I'm going trying to take him out, mate. Same as I'm every other opponent.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, you know what he's capable of. But is there anything that you're still wary of in his game and stuff? Because everyone knows how he fights and what he likes to do and stuff, because we've seen him fight so many times.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is with Arlovski, because I watched him fight a million times before. But since I've been like watching him since I know that I'm fighting him, he really knows like how to win a fight. And I mean, I'm not just talking, obviously you win a fight by punching the person more times than they punch you, taking down, lying on them, you know, all that stuff. But I mean, he knows when to go and when not to go, which is something that I've not got too much. Obviously, that's his experience coming into play, which I've not got much of. So I've just got to try and be smart in there, which I think I'm an intelligent fighter. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's definitely a experience. Obviously, is a lot more on his side, because I was looking at some stats before, I was making up some stats, and he's 14 years older than you. And like I just sent you a message a bit ago, just saying like when you had your first professional fight, he was on his 34th professional fight, which is quite amazing when you think about it.
Well, I told my dad that because I was with my dad when he sent it, and he said he's seen something as well that I've had. I don't know, all my amateur fights and my pro fights. Oh, wait, what was it now? I can't remember what it was. Yeah, so I think it's all my amateur and all my pro fights, which is something like 23 or 24 fights, something like that. If you add the time up of all my fights, it's less time than he's had in his last 3 fights or something like that. Because I think his last 3 fights have been 3-rounders.
Yeah.
So that's 45 minutes. And I think all my combined 20, however many fights, is less than that.
That's a good start, isn't it?
Something like that. So he worked it out. I don't know. Something like that it was.
I'm going to have a look at that after this. And
not all my fights are on though. If you look at my record, there's a good few fights missing as well. So I mean, like my daddy's got my actual record of what I've actually fought. You know, not every fight gets published, but yeah, my actual is different than the record that it.
Yeah. And I got a few other ones. So when Arlovski made his professional debut, you were 5 years old. Just I think it's 2 days away from turning 6. So,
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
he's a fossil, isn't he? He's a mature gentleman. But I tell you what, though, he can still fight.
Yeah, he can definitely still fight. He's proved that in his last fights. Like you said, he's beat a couple of prospects at heavyweight.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm going to have to ask him after. I wonder, like, how he trains. Like, what? Obviously, he trains, but what's his training like? Because he can't be doing loads of sparring. Surely not.
No, I can't imagine so.
Like, he's had over 50 pro fights. Surely you're not going to be wanting to take any more punches in the gym if you don't have to. And his body as well, not even just that, but his body, like his joints and that, he must be in fucking bits. I don't know. Like, even say like, and some days I'm training, I'm like, oh fucking hell, I'm sore today, I'm stiff. And like say he's like well further on than me in his career. Like the amount of training camps he's done must be ridiculous. But I'd like to see what kind of training he's doing. Maybe I'll ask him after.
Yeah, you should. Especially when you think about it, back in the day as well, the training used to be a bit more brutal, didn't it? It used to be going there, just spar every day or whatever. Whereas now it's a lot more technical and a lot more you actually learn stuff rather than just go in and beat someone up.
Yeah, definitely. I think they used to spar like every day, didn't they, back in them days? I don't know. I'll have to. I'll ask him if he seems like that kind of guy. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I've never met the guy, so who knows? But if he's friendly, I might ask him a few questions.
Yeah, yeah. And then I know I got another one. When he made his UFC debut, you were just turning 7 as well.
So what year was that? That was 2000 then, was it?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Jesus, we're in 2021 now.
I know. He's been around for a long, long time.
You must enjoy it, or you must be getting paid well, or probably both.
Yeah, probably both.
Yeah, definitely both. He must be getting paid really well. Good for him. I think he deserves it. He deserves every penny he gets, the guy.
Mm-hmm. And just talking about his, like, obviously how rough it's been on him, you've actually got 11 pro fights at the minute, and he's actually been knocked out or TKO'd 11 times. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So nice. You might be the 12th to, might be your 12th fight and his 12th knockout, or getting knocked out.
I don't see why not.
It can definitely happen. And then saying that, is that your prediction then, a knockout?
I don't really have a prediction, to be honest.
I know you're not the type to do that.
I know that if I hit someone, they'll go to sleep. I know that. But it's the same with most heavyweights. I'm not special in that regard. Mm-hmm. I just know that if you land on the chin at 100 kilos plus, they're going to sleep. It doesn't matter who they are. So a knockout is always likely, especially my speed.
Yeah.
Because they don't see the punches well.
Yeah, definitely. And like in your last fight against Alain Bordeaux, what was that like for you? Because obviously he was like similar to yourself as a smaller heavyweight with a bit more speed, because he used to fight at middleweight as well. Did you see the like speed difference with him?
I don't see why everyone keeps saying I'm a small heavyweight.
You're not so much small, but you're a lot faster.
Yeah, I'm definitely fast.
And some of that does come from being not as heavy, if you understand.
I keep seeing Bisping saying that I'm small. Wait. I've tried. He wants me on the podcast, and I've DM'd him, and he's ghosted me. I think he knows I'm going to confront him. But yeah, he keeps saying how small I am, and I'm like, Bisping, I'm 6'6". I'm 115 kilos. I'm a big guy. But yeah, maybe, like you said, maybe the speed in me, like,
it's deceiving.
I think I'm spinning that around. But mate, I've met before I didn't really know. Like before I fought in the UFC, I didn't really know if I was big or not. I've got a training partner who's heavyweight, who's 6'10", 125 kilo. He's absolutely massive.
I can
So
imagine.
obviously, like, I'm not as big as him, so I didn't really know where I was in terms of heavyweights. And now I've met like loads of heavyweights, and you know, the biggest guy I've met is in real life.
Yeah.
Alexander Gustafsson. He's massive. He's like similar size to me, and all the other heavyweights, they're all like. No, I've met Tanner Bosa, who's a really nice guy, by the way. Who else have I met? Fabricio Verdum. Oh mate, I can't even think off the top of my head. On the last time I fought, there was like 4 heavyweight fights, so there's a lot of heavyweights there. And the first time I fought, there was a lot, and I was by far the biggest heavyweight there. But yeah, the guy Alan fought last. Yeah, he was quick. I didn't really like him too much as an opponent. He's a bit of a wild guy, and especially when you take the fight on like 2 weeks' notice or whatever he took it on, it's difficult to like with someone with his style. It's hard work to prepare for someone like that.
Yeah, definitely. When you look at his highlight reel or any of his previous fights, he's always throwing some weird stuff in there, spinning elbows at like when you least expect it as well.
Yeah, I mean, he nearly caught me with some weird like up elbow thing that he did. I didn't even realise at the time when I watched it back. I was like, "Good God, that was close." But when obviously I knew I'd seen a little bit of tape on him before, seeing that he does a lot of spinning shit, and literally we walked in the building, and it's really quiet, you know, in the arena of Abu Dhabi, like there's no one there, and it was when that guy Joaquin Buckley or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He was fighting the other fella, and literally walked in the building, and he did that spinning kick straight to the face, and I was like, honestly, I was about 20 meters from the cage, and I was just like, oh, please no, don't happen to me, please no, not that, you know, because I knew that I was fighting someone who spins a lot. But yeah, luckily, I managed to get out of the way. Luckily.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want is to get hit with a spinning elbow or something like that.
No, because when I was fighting him, he was like, he was spinning a lot and like jumping a lot, and even when he didn't, he looked like he was going to spin a lot. So like, I felt a bit uncomfortable, to be honest, in the fight. I never felt like I got any kind of rhythm going, which I usually like find me range pretty quick. And with him, I was like, oh shit, he's just trying to spin. Like every time I step forward, he's going for a spin or some weird stuff. So I really had to like be careful with him. So that's why I ended up taking him down, because I just thought, not doing too much of this.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely the smarter game plan to take him down, especially when it's like a late notice fight, like you said, 2 weeks late notice, and then he's doing all that sort of stuff. So it's definitely the better strategy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the wise thing to do while it was there. I think definitely take him down, because as soon as I got him to the floor, I got a sweet takedown on him as well, and like I sunk my hips down heavy on him. And when you get a big guy sinking the hips on you like that, it's difficult to move. So as soon as I landed on top of him, in the position I landed in, I just thought, yeah, he's done here. That's it. And he was trying to like, you know, bridge him out a little bit, but they were like, if someone my size with my technique gets on top of you like that, you're just not moving.
Is that something that you want to showcase a bit more in the UFC? Is your ground game?
I'd love to showcase more of everything, to be honest. You know, people, they're saying that I'm good and stuff now, but honestly, mate, no one's seen nothing yet. Like I've shown, honestly, don't even think I've shown 10% of what I can do. Like no one's seen anything. So, yeah, I'd like to show more of everything. But if I can keep running through people quick, I'll do that all day. I don't need to be in there showing nothing if I don't have to.
No, definitely not. You don't need any unnecessary wars or anything like this. It doesn't need to be shown to anyone. You need to come out the other side at the end of the day with as little damage as possible.
Exactly. And I wish more fighters would talk about that, because I'm sick of fighters talking loose shite all the time about, oh, I'm a warrior, you know, let's just get in there and leave it all in there. No, mate, let's get in there, get paid, and crack on with your life. If you want to be a war, go in the army, or go in the Marines, or do something like that. Don't go in there and punch holes out of each other's head. Use your skill. Use your skill. Try and hit them. Don't let them hit you. What are you doing talking about going in, taking one to give one, and leaving it all in there? Like, are you sick?
Yeah.
Like, what are you thinking? Do something else. If that's your mentality, you're obviously not got many brain cells to start off with. Why do you want to go in there and start getting punched all over the cage just so you can punch him back?
Yeah, you're only going to lose more brain cells at the end of the day.
Exactly. Use a bit of martial arts that your coaches have shown you. Use the art of hit and not be hit if you can. Obviously, if that's your only option to hit someone and try and win, then do that. But first and foremost, try and frigging get out of the way and hit them. I don't see why everyone wants to be like, oh, like, mate, you're a professional cage fighter. You get paid to fight people. Don't act. You got like you don't have to be a macho. Stop trying to prove to people how hard you are by saying stuff like, "Oh, we'll leave it all in there. We'll go in there and see who quits first." No, mate. What's the point of having coaches then? Go and train in your garage.
Yeah, I completely agree, and that's one of the reasons why I personally think that you're going to go far in this sport, because you think like that and you have that mentality to start with.
Yeah, I mean, if I started doing that, I feel like I'd be disrespecting the coaches who put so much time into me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think it's, I don't know. People are still on this like macho, fake, hard man thing. Like I said, mate, you get paid to go in there and fight someone. You don't have to act hard. Like you're not in the pub trying to get a scrap with someone outside. Like, go in there and let's be honest, mate. I want to go in there. I want to win as quick as I can and go home with a load of money. That's what I want to do. I can't speak for anyone else, but that's what I want to do. And I don't feel the need to be like acting hard about it, because obviously I'm fighting in the top organization in the world. I'm obviously like a tough guy. Stop trying to like big yourself up. It's pathetic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't need to prove anything to anyone, and especially if you're on TV doing it anyway, so you don't really need to prove it to anyone that's going to chat to someone or say anything on Instagram or Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, mate, it makes me cringe. Cringes me out big time. But people are still in this like hype thing, aren't they? Of, I don't know. I honestly don't understand some people's mentality, but like it makes us look bad, I think, as professional fighters. Like, people think we're dumb enough as it is. Like other people of society. Like, sometimes I feel like inferior to people who've got like proper jobs and like use their brain for a job, because I feel like they think, oh, you just some like monk who goes and fights for a living. Like, don't make yourself look worse, bro. Don't make yourself look worse. Try and use it. Try and show them that you're a martial artist and that you've got skill and some thought behind what you're doing, rather than just going in there and like standing with your feet flat on the floor swinging. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're definitely correct, because you've made it out of the grind, so you're not doing a typical 9-to-5 job. You're doing what you love to do, and you have time to do whatever else you want to do in the day. So
yeah, I mean, I'm grateful for that, but I've definitely put the work in. You know, I've been through the years when I thought that's what I had to do, is like try and be macho and try and act like I'm a warrior, but it's not me, bro. You got to be yourself. And yeah, I've definitely worked hard for it. So I definitely, I'm not like blowing my own trumpet or anything. You know, I'm being real. Like, I've worked my bollocks off to get where I am. So I'll keep taking it while I can. I'll keep living the dream while I can.
yeah, of course. And the grind has always been there. And obviously, from talking to you in the past, I know that you've worked hard to get to where you are now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy road for anyone. Some people don't make it. So, you know, sometimes it takes a bit of luck as well. But I have dedicated my life to it. You know what I mean? So I do deserve to be doing what I'm doing right now. And like I said, no one's really seen what I can actually do yet. So there's a lot more there to show people. But hopefully, I won't have to show too much just yet.
Yeah, hopefully not. So if you get past Arlovski, do you reckon the UFC are going to throw a ranked opponent at you next?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I
I
can.
don't even know. I don't even know who's ranked at the moment, to be honest. I don't look at them. I don't look at them. I've no idea. I know
Yeah,
there's some big guys. There's some big guys in there, and I think fighting people like Arlovski and veterans like that, they're just gonna. I don't know. I don't know how to word it, but they're gonna. I wouldn't say teach me, but I'm gonna gain a lot of experience from fighting people like that. So that's good.
yeah,
Before I fight the top 10. So that's nice. That's nice that I get to fight people like him.
yeah. The way I look at it is like all of his experience is obviously his experience, but when you fight him, you gain a bit of his experience because of everything that he knows already.
I agree with you. I completely agree.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be good learning experience, and especially if you can fight another. Oh, I don't want to say old timer, but someone else that's been through the mill a bit. It's gonna, or you're always going to gain something from it.
Yeah, I'd love to fight someone else like that. Like that. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Or maybe another. I don't really know. We'll just see what happens. I know I think there's like 3 heavyweight fights on the same the same show as I'm fighting on. So, 4, I think. Sorry, 4. I think, yeah, 4. And that's always good to get your next fight going. Is when like people from your division win and you win. I think that's the pattern that you see a lot of. Is like someone's on a show around. Someone's got a win around the time you've won. I think it always works in your favour if you're going to call them out or something like that.
yeah. I definitely remember you calling out Sergey Spivak on your debut for UFC.
Yeah, that
And
guy doesn't want it. Though. That guy doesn't want the fight. So
yeah,
he's fighting on the same card as me now. So we'll see what happens with that.
yeah, yeah, we will. And just to go on to your dad a bit again now, he was been in your corner for most of your fights, I believe. And how was that experience for you having him in your corner?
Every single fight.
Okay,
Every
yeah,
single fight. Every single fight has been there. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing it if it weren't for my dad. Yeah, he knows me inside out. So if my dad wasn't there, I wouldn't be fighting probably. So
yeah,
yeah, there's not really much else to say. You know what I mean?
yeah,
My dad got me into the sport. He'll be with me till the end, and that's it. I wouldn't fight without him.
yeah. And he's obviously a pivotal part in bringing. I don't want to say bringing jiu-jitsu or Brazilian jiu-jitsu to England, but he's a pivotal part in bringing it to like the sort of area that you grew up in Liverpool and stuff like that, isn't he?
Yeah, he did. He is for sure. He's one of the pioneers of UK BJJ. He's my dad. He's been doing it. He's been doing it for the longest time. Like since BJJ was in this country, he's been doing it.
Yeah, that's massive for you as well to have that as like a thing to grow up with as well, not just like a boxing to someone like wanted you to get into boxing or something. It's also the other side of mixed martial arts, or one side of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been in my life, obviously, jiu-jitsu. So, yeah, I like jiu-jitsu. I've not got much chance to show it yet, but
Mhm.
I've got some jiu-jitsu, bro. Don't worry, I've got some. If anyone
Yeah,
wants to take me on, it's welcomed. If anyone wants to take me down, I'm all right. I'm all right with it.
yeah, that's my favourite part of mixed martial arts as well, jiu-jitsu. I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
What you like to train or watch it?
A bit of both. I don't watch it as much, but I like to. I've never really trained as like properly. I've never got into it like all the time, but I've done a little bit. I mess about with my mates every now and again, and I as you know from watching it yourself and doing it, you can pick up things from just looking at people and watching how they do things.
Yeah, you definitely can. You definitely can do that, but I don't really watch. I don't really watch jiu-jitsu anymore. I'm just not. I just find it so boring, like to watch.
It can be,
I
yeah,
just find it, yeah, I just find it boring, man. I like to watch people who are good at jiu-jitsu and MMA, but I don't like to watch just like pure jiu-jitsu. I just like I'm in a couple of WhatsApp groups with like people from jiu-jitsu and stuff, and they're all like name dropping people and that. And I just I honestly have no idea who anyone is. Like they're talking about this. What's he called?
Submission Underground.
No, there's a guy. His dad just died or something. Gordon something. Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah.
Mate, I've not a clue who he is. Don't know him. If he come into this room right now, I would just have no idea who he is. Hopefully, he won't come into this room. That'd just be weird because I'm just on my own in my pajamas. But yeah, I have no idea who anyone is in the jiu-jitsu world, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not a bit the same. I can sit there and watch it, but I won't pick up the names and be like, oh, I know this guy or that guy. Or I know most of the people I know are actually people that go over into jiu-jitsu from the MMA side.
Oh yeah. Same. Yeah, people who's like MMA people who now do jiu-jitsu. Yeah, that's it. But still, I won't watch it. I can't be asked. I'm not that interested.
Yeah.
I'm not that. To be honest, I don't really even watch UFC anymore. Really.
No.
It's just for me. It's just like, you know, since with the pandemic and all that, with no crowd, I just find it so boring. Really, I don't know. I'm all about the atmosphere. I don't know. It's just so different without the crowd there and stuff. But I'll watch it like if there's big fights. Like I'll be watching the McGregor one and stuff. And I'll be, usually if there's heavyweights on, I'll try and watch it if I can. But I won't like go out my way to watch it. I'm just not that. It's not as exciting for me without the crowds, to be honest. Yeah. As a fan, anyway. As a fan.
Yeah, definitely being in the UK, it's a lot harder to stay up and lose all that sleep and stuff and watch it. I don't know if you ever record it and watch it in the next day or.
Yeah, well, I don't even have the channel. My dad's got the channel, so he'll record it and then I'll watch it. But I'm always with the kids, and the kids always don't want to watch it, so end up watching fucking Peppa Pig or something.
Sometimes that's more entertaining because I could sit there and watch Peppa Pig with my nephew, and it's actually quite funny sometimes.
No, I've had enough of it. I just leave the room. I just leave them to.
I obviously haven't watched it enough then.
Yeah, you hit the wall with Peppa Pig and that after a bit. Sometimes just like, yeah, I'll just leave them to it. I'll go and do something else.
I like your tattoo on your hand as well. Can you give us a look?
Yeah. It gone a bit shit, to be honest. Can't really see the detail. It's a bit bad lighting. So, you know, around like the knuckles.
Yeah.
Basically, what the guy said, because my knuckles are all like, you'll definitely not be able to see, but I've got like loads of rough skin on my knuckles, you know, from punching and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And as he was doing it, he was like, look, the ink's not going to sink in that well on the knuckles. I've got my feet tattooed, and the same thing happened on my feet as well. I had to like get it redone because it's like hard skin, like it doesn't sink in that good. So like, if you look at like the detail around here, like it's basically non-existent anymore. Even though like the detail on it's thick. It's I'll probably have to get it redone at some point. I've got my whole arm these days, and I'm going to get my other arm after this fight as well. I've got the top bit of this arm. I'm going to get the bottom and my hand on this arm as well.
What are you thinking of getting?
Sounds pretty morbid, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway. So basically, I'm going to get a load of stuff that like loads of stuff related to death. I want to get like a few skulls, Grim Reaper on it, and I want to get like a graveyard possibly or something like that. That's the plan. Something I'll just leave it to the artist, see what he says. Go from there. I think. Yeah,
you're that type of guy to just sort of give the artist the idea and then just let him run with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an artist, so I don't know what I'm talking about. So I just kind of say, look, there's the arm, go for it. Usually what I do anyway. That's what I said with Easy. I just said, look, I just want like some old school stuff going on and all that. The hand with the, and so just go for it. That's it. Like I don't even. Usually they put it on and they'll be like, oh, do you want to have a look in the mirror? I'm like, no, just go for it. I'm not bothered. Let's just crack on. But yeah, I want to get all that because I don't know. I've got like the top bit of my arm here. This is like loads of stuff, like live stuff, and I want like a death side as well because I feel like I'm a bit of a warrior. Me, I'm not a warrior as such. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm a bit of an overthinker, I should say. And few people I know have died this year, right? And I get a bit deep on you, but I feel like sometimes we just forget that we can just die at an end. I know that sounds really morbid, But I almost want it like just a little reminder that, look, if this whole shit's going to be over tomorrow, would I really be thinking about that and concerned about it right at this minute for all day? If this could be over. And this year, sorry, not this year, last year, sorry, January, innit? Last year.
Yeah.
Like a lad died. He killed himself. The guy I know killed himself. And I went all through both schools with him, primary school and I just think, you know what? This shit can just be over at any second. Like I weren't really good. Like I was mates with him. I weren't really good mates. But he's someone I've known for like over 20 years. And yeah, I've been around him for like 20 years. And I just think, you know what, man? This shit can just all be over anytime. And we spend a lot of time doing shit that we don't want to do. Thinking about things creating situations in your mind that might not even happen. And you're just like punishing yourself in your mind for nothing. And I don't think we should do that, because if I was to die, like if I spent all day worrying about something that's going to happen in a year and I died tomorrow, I would be like, that would have been a wasted day. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not really articulate, but
it makes 100% sense to me, because I know sort of where you're coming from with it, because you've got to sort of be grateful for every day of your life, because if you're spending a whole day or a whole week worrying about something that's going to happen in the future, that's probably never going to happen. You've got to sort of be real with yourself, be aware, be like in the moment, in the present, and just live it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I watched recently. It's about a guy, and he's like he's called Mike Posner. He's had like a few songs.
Yeah, I know.
He's not one of my favourite. He had like Took a Pill in Ibiza and some other tunes, and so actually some like thing on him, and basically like he walked across America, like from one coast to the other coast. It took him like fucking ages. I don't know how long, like months.
Yeah.
And they were asking him like why he did it, and he said a similar thing. He said like a couple of close people to him had died. I think his dad and his mate or something. And he said that he realised that one day, you know, it's something that he's always wanted to do, and one day he realised that like he's going to die as well, and he's always like putting stuff back. He's like, look, I'm going to write, you know, I'm going to whatever, I'm going to do this album and then I'm going to do it, or I'm going to go on this tour and then I'm going to do it, or I'm going to do this for my life and then I'm going to do it. And he realised like, shit, one day he's going to be that person who's dead and who's not done what he wanted to do. And I don't know, he was saying that you need to keep like death on your shoulder, the way that he said it. And I just think, shit, man, like, you just never know what's going to happen. So you might as well just be trying to like live this shit while it's here, because who knows? Only like if you believe in God or whatever, or a higher power, or if not, like no one really knows when your time's up. But there's one thing for sure, it's going to be up. So we might as well just try and enjoy it while we're here.
Definitely. Can't agree more. Really can't agree more.
And sometimes I forget that I'm going to die. And I'm not saying that I want a reminder. I don't want like a terminal illness or a near-death experience or anything like that. But I'm saying the tattoo, I think that's pretty fitting from where I am.
You've cut out. Now you're back.
Oh, sorry. I'm still here. I finished it anyway.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's definitely something that's going to remind you every day to sort of just live in the moment and not just worry about all these different things that people worry about, because that is what people do at the end of the day. They live in their minds most of the time.
Exactly. I mean, you can create everything good around you, but if you're not happy mentally, what's the point?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm a bit of an overthinker and a worrier, and I always have been. And now I'm getting like, I'm not saying I'm getting older. I'm not saying I'm getting old, because obviously I'm not. But I'm not a kid anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think it's about time that I left that behind and started enjoying this shit.
Definitely. Well, that's all the questions I've got for you now. So thank you for your time, and I appreciate you coming on again.
I'll come on anytime I can, but I'm a busy guy.